Yes.
Alright, let's put you there. Sorry about the state of the bench, but I've been doing a load of little small jobs and I haven't tidied up yet. In fact, that probably explains most of the year. I thought I'd preface the video because I've actually gone and recorded the main content just now. My beautiful hair. You probably noticed I've still got my riding clown pants on. And basically, I'm prefacing the video. There is no topic. It's supposed to be a review of the year, but as usual, it's a load of bollocks. So I'm going to be adding pictures in randomly and stuff to show what I'm talking about. But I hope you all had a very good Christmas. This is Sunday before New Year, so I hope you have a good New Year. Not everybody celebrates it. I can understand why. I've had sort of a cathartic year. The best thing that's happened this year, getting to go out with Rose and the family, motorcycle rides with friends, good food, good company, the basic stuff, no frills or anything like that. So yes, so enjoy the main video, but do excuse the randomness of it. This will be my last video of 2024. Thank you all for coming along for the ride. Slightly different stuff to come next year, which I do explain in the main video, but other than that, it's time for a bacon sandwich and a coffee. So goodbye, thanks for all your support, thanks for all your interaction on Facebook and all that lot. It does mean a lot, but you know, don't forget to click like and subscribe and all that rubbish, because it keeps the algorithm going. And funny enough, I noticed the other day, apparently 60% of my traffic is actually through a Google search. What are people searching for? Anyway, see you in the new year. I've pressed the stop button. It's more of the same. I've pressed the stop button again. Oh. I'm sorry, the low battery warning is on. And you can't turn it off if that's on. I need to tidy up. Yes, we'll be getting a bit more tidy and efficient next year. And that remains to be seen.
Well, hello there folks, let me just shut the visor. I'm out on Phyllis because Phyllis needs a run. I'm just literally needs a run, top the battery up. Front brake was getting a touch sticky, so it all helps. Take it for a run, make sure everything's working, including indication signals. Aye. I have not been out on a bike. Christ, I remember which way around the gear shift went. Quite a while, and I was itching to get out. I've been at home for a couple of weeks. I actually finished the Monday well before Christmas, the Monday before Monday, Christmas Monday. So yeah, I've been off an awful long time. As you all know, the weather's been a bit pants and I've not been able to get out. So yes, I'm out. It's very mild today. This is the driest it's been here, at least for a couple of weeks, so it's nice. The mirrors. So I'm just taking Phyllis down, just down the lanes to give her a rip. So, I hope you've all had a darn good Christmas. That is not a clever fucking place to park, mate, really. You fucking dickhead. It's probably looking for small children up the hill. Anyway, James, honestly, try and be nicer. Nope. So yes, we're out on Phyllis. Let's get her up into fourth. So we're only going out for a pimbly wimbly. 3/4 tank of fuel, that's about right, with a little bit of Red X in it, and it's super unleaded. So obviously now she's got 1100 horsepowers. Down to third. I've got to remember which way the gears go on Phyllis. If you don't ride anything else for a while, it's dead easy. You don't forget, do you, Jim? But no, it's lovely to get out. We haven't had this much visibility for quite a while. So yes, just a little tickle, just down the lanes, just making sure everything works. I hope you all had a good Christmas. Sorry I've been a bit slow with the videos, but I can't really get out to do much. You know, if I need to do anything in the shed, it means moving everything about, and it's been the outside of my shed is quite slippy a lot of the time, so it's like I don't want to do that. I could not be arsed. So yes, like I say, I hope you all had a very nice Christmas. I hope you're looking forward to the new year. This is recorded on Sunday, the whatever date it is. We all forget this time of year. So yes, I'm getting out, and whatever time it says on that clock is wrong, because it's an hour out. It's about 10:10 in the morning. Yes, so I had a good Christmas, very quiet, and it's funny really, since being back a singleton, Christmases are a lot less stressful. I had some lovely prezzies bought for me. Shall we do a little year in review? I mean, it's close enough to New Year to do a little year in review, isn't it? Right, year in review. I've had, I think it's safe to say, a bit of a cathartic year. The split up with the thing is it affected me more than what I thought it would actually, and I've been left seriously out of pocket rebuilding her bike, which I have not recovered from, and it will probably take me quite a while to recover from, because she didn't put a penny into it apart from a pair of tyres. So I'm quite bitter and resentful about that. You know, because it's left me in a big financial hole and I haven't managed to dig out of it. I mean, as of today, I have approximately minus £1,000 in the bank, and you know, other stuff going on. It's not good, but hey ho, these things happen. But yes, my year really started about March, when I had my new pillion, who you've seen on a lot of the videos, Rose. I've actually known Rose for the same sort of time period that I've known. Everybody's been very fair. Oh look, there's a little Slinky with a shit spoiler on it. Why put a fucking spoiler on that? They're not fast cars, SLKs. I've done videos on this on mine. They are not fast. They've got a lot of torque. You know, they don't hang around, but they're not what you'd call sports cars. They weren't designed to be sports cars. They were designed to be boulevard cruisers, a smaller version of the SLs that Mercedes were producing at the time, which were like Panzer tanks with convertible tops. So anyway, I'm getting off my gist as normal. I'm going to try and be a little bit more focused in the new year on my videos as well. Nope, not going to happen, because I honestly have a mind like a squirrel crossing the road. It is safe to say. So no, that ain't going to happen. So yeah, so I've known Rose probably 30 years. and met her once before that for about 5 minutes. And so it was Mark who actually suggested, well, why don't you offer to take Rose out on a pillion? She'd be a good pillion, you know. And she used to go out pillion with her other half before he got too ill. So I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I've got absolutely nothing to lose at all. So I asked her, and then I think our first ride, I don't know whether I actually filmed it, but we went to the Top Kiln Farm Bikers breakfast meets, for the new breakfast meet. And yeah, we had a great time. We got on like house on fire, and we've been out loads of times since. You know, we found out that the Aprilia is actually the best pillion bike for, how am I going to put this delicately, Rubenesque ladies. I like riding the ZZR because I have a thing about ZZRs. I've always loved ZZRs, but the Aprilia is quite an accomplished pillion bike. There's enough power to chuck you up the road at more than the speed limit, and it doesn't. I'm still not used to the gearbox on the Aprilia. Still not used to it. I am always in a higher gear than what I need to be because I'm that used to inline fours or bikes with a bit more power, that you can get away with it on one of those. That ZZR, I can be in top gear by 30 miles an hour and it won't feel it. You know, you can just take it, just will not feel it at all. With the Aprilia, you have to be in the right gear, otherwise it just chugs and chugs along like a chuggy chug thing. Here we go then. 3. Oh, we're back down on the main road. Main Coventry Leicester Road. Fuck me, it's empty. Come on, Phyllis. This is about the first time, I think it is the first time I've rode it since I put the cone filter back on, and it makes such a massive difference. Such a huge difference, it's unreal. So we've been going out. The usual place we go is up the Caff at Melton. If you've not been to the Welcome Caff at Melton, it's just outside Melton Mowbray. If you go, the way we go is obviously from where we are, we go through a place called Cuntersthorpe, up through an area known as Wistow Park, out to the A47, which is basically the Leicester to Norwich road. It's the same road we go on when we go to Cromer, places like that. Third gear will do, Jim. And we go out there, but we cross the A47, and then you basically head for Melton Mowbray, and it's along that road just through Tilton on the Hill. I highly recommend it. It's a brilliant caff, home cooked food, good atmosphere. It is one of the very, very few places I will go on my own. Very few places, because it's friendly, and you know, you can go in there and they'll say hello, they'll leave you alone, they'll come and have a chat. Once they get to know you, they'll come and have a quick chat with you and stuff like that. It's a very friendly place, and the food's great, and the cakes, oh my god, the cakes and cheesecakes are wonderful, and I've really got to behave myself. But yes, so that's where we go. And then actually in the upcoming year my video content is going to change slightly, and it is going to take on some in some of the videos we're going to have a bit more military content. Yes. Because Rose has got, come on Phyllis, let's get up there, come on Phyllis. Rose has got an ex-Dutch parachute, what's it Dutch? No, it's Norwegian, I do believe. Norwegian Special Forces Land Rover, which they're doing up. And the idea is they're going to take it to shows, and then you camp out at the show, you know, stuff like that. And I shall be joining them hopefully on a few. If the stars align, I shall be joining them, and then we're going to start our own little group, because there is a lot of politics behind it, let's put it that way, and we'll leave those out. We'll just leave the good stuff in. So yes, we'll be going to some military shows, hopefully with the Land Rover, and she's just bought a Can-Am 350 recon bike to go with it. So I keep trying to elbow her into doing a bike test now, so she can ride it. I mean, when you go to the shows, she could ride it around the fields. So she's got plenty of people me and Mark can teach her to ride. I mean, ideally she could learn on Phyllis. She'd actually be legal on Phyllis if I stuck L plates on her and she got insured, because she's already got a provisional. She'd have to do a CBT, obviously. But she could actually ride Phyllis and just get a little bit of roadcraft, and then it's just a simple case then of introducing the clutch, because obviously Phyllis doesn't have a clutch. So anyway, there's ways and means. I'm sure she'll do it. She's one of these that if you tell her she can do it, she can do it. So yes, so my year really was saved by her and her kids, stepkids as we call them, because it's, I don't know, I was never really a social animal anyway, but I've always enjoyed going out with good company where you can be yourself, and I felt I couldn't do that. It got to a stage in my old relationship where I was almost dreading going out, because it was, you were treading on eggshells all the way. I couldn't be myself, with Rose I can definitely be myself, and she's stuck with it now, so tough shit. This is, in case you're wondering, High Cross. This is the old centre of Roman England, and that is the monument that was erected. This area is called High Cross. The A5 is literally just to my right, and the Foss Way goes is literally to my right as well. Interestingly, small history lesson with Professor Clunge. Professor Clunge of the University of Minge. The track you can see in front of me, let's just whack Phyllis off. The track that you can see in front of me is actually part of the original Foss Way, and goes to Leicester basically, which in turn goes all the way up. It's the A46 really. It goes up through Lincoln, and it was designed to go from one dock, which I think was Grimsby, all the way down the Cotswolds, you know, down towards Cotswolds and stuff like that. There are plaques here which I have photographs of, which I will show you, but these boulders were taken out of Croft Quarry, which is, if not the, it's one of the largest open cast quarries in the world for granite. And it's significant because there's a very small quarry in the village, which is all overgrown now, but we used to play in as kids, and the Romans actually cut that through, because all this area that you can see down there, you see the little valley down there? No, Jim, we can't, but I am on top of a valley now, and all that valley below there was flooded. It was a lake. So what the Romans did was they cut the clevis in my village, the clevis as we call it, or the cut, to drain that lake, and they diverted the River Soar in the process, and then they quarried the granite, and then they started the other quarry as well, because most of the bridges and a lot of the foundations for the Foss Way were built with Croft granite. So there's a little history lesson, but I will put the pictures up of these plaques, because these boulders have come out of Croft Quarry. It's a very special kind of granite apparently, but that is part of the original Foss Way, and in the summer when it's all dry and you can scrape the mud away, you can actually see part of the original Roman flagstones. So there you go, your history lesson with Professor Clunge, endeth there. Come on, Phyllis. There we go. Oh, I think the Insta360 has decided to give up. I'm having trouble with the Insta at the minute. Its batteries are fully charged up, but it doesn't seem to like my... there you go, there's the Fossway and the A5 just over there. We're not going that way. It doesn't seem to like a lot of my SD cards at the minute. I don't... they're coming up as the wrong speed. And I've got... I forget which ones they are. They're quite quick ones that are in there. Obviously it wants a quicker one, and I can't afford one right now because the higher speed ones are about double the price of the next ones down. But all my SD cards are sort of getting on in years anyway. They're all a few years old, most of them, and they do wear out. They can wear out and become problematic. I mean, the GoPro that I'm using now to record this has been having it's been having issy fits with some of the SD cards. So it could be time just to replace a load of them in the new year. I've got 4 or 5 which I can use, and I'll try and keep the same one in each single camera. But we shall see. So anyway, yeah, summer. Well, we didn't really get one. But it's like I think I've had the Aprilia, I think it's 2 years now, and it really doesn't feel like it. Or is it a year? I can't fucking remember. No, it's got to be a year, because I think the Aprilia was MOT'd on my birthday. Ooh, they've redone the road. Was redone on my birthday, so I think that's a year. Yeah, I think it is. Phyllis I've had for longer than what you think. And these are all MOT'd in the new year. The Rover. I know I'm jumping about a bit, but I've just got to talk about stuff as it appears in my mind, because otherwise I will get distracted by the fact that I've got bacon at home. The Rover, I'm really in two minds whether to keep that or not. It's been a great car, and it is a lovely car, but the insurance has tripled since I've had it, and the car tax has, I think it's nearly doubled. It got I think it should be in the lower diesel band, and I'm pretty certain it was when I first had it, because it didn't cost that much to tax when I first had it. I say not that much, tax is a fucking rip-off anyway. But I'm pretty sure it was literally about £200 to insure, and it was about 230 to tax, something like that. I might be incredibly wrong on that, but it wasn't a lot. It was economically viable, because of course you've got to pay all that out before you even turn a wheel. I mean, fuel cost doesn't really worry me, because if you need it, you need it. You know, if you need a blowjob and the prostitute down the dock says it's 10 quid, but the other one outside the kebab shop says it's 9.5 quid, I'm not fighting over 50p. Jim, that's the worst fucking association you could make. I say, Carruthers, your new lady's quite beautiful, isn't she? Beautiful? My God, man, I'd screw her shadow on a gravel driveway. Jim, get back on theme, shall we? Is there a theme? Yes. Jim's waffling bollocks. And this will continue into the new year. Oh dear, if I tell you what, if I ever did a serious video, we are all in trouble. Here we go. I'm enjoying this. Bumbling down the lanes, getting out on fabulous fornicating 4-stroke Phyllis. It does go a lot better with that cone filter. I do have some plans for Phyllis, which involved, let's get past these I don't know whether that were both blokes or what. Anyway, Jim, target, concentrate. I do have some plans for Phyllis, but it's going to cost a little bit of money, Money is something I don't have currently. I'm hoping that situation will change in the next year. I will attempt to change it. Because, you know, only you can cause change in your life. It's a very good, a very nice penis. A very nice penis. Nice. Fuck am I on about? Anyway, yes, I was going on about the year, wasn't I? So yes, I really enjoyed going out with my new family. I absolutely love it. But I've been perpetually skint most of the year, despite being quite busy. I've been really busy at work. I've been very lucky with work. I've never known it that busy. But as is usually the case, about a week before Christmas, sometimes 2 weeks, it goes dead. Well, that's perfectly all right. It goes proper dead, and that's exactly what it did this year. We went from having a lot of work to literally none within a day because we'd finished everything. And I'm sort of used to it. I've been there long enough now to know what the gist is. And I actually cocked my wages up the other week because I have rather a lot of money left in holiday money. More than enough to keep me ticking over. And I forgot to book it. Yes, but I will be getting some next week, but that's already accounted for because the bills don't stop, which we all know, that's just a fact of life. So yes, I'm going to have a quiet, cheap New Year. So anyway, but yeah, summer, alright, I got away, I did manage to get away to Scotland. I loved that. We found a new place to stay, and I'll put some random pictures up of shit throughout the year, like getting spurt, going on holiday, and all this lot. For the most part, I've literally just been. I know it's a very overused phrase, and I even hate to read it, but I've had a year where I've just survived. What utter bollocks. I've basically got up, got to work, enjoyed my days off, and you know, just got on with it. But this year has been a bit of a zombie, and that's fine. You can do that, just don't make it into a habit. This is part of the original Foss Way as well, because obviously you know, the Foss Way wasn't a motorway. Well, it was for the Romans, but this is part of the old Foss as well. This is the other end of the track I've been talking about. If we want to put this in any form of context, somebody dogging there on their own, or it could be a solo masturbator. It's very popular with dog walkers, this lane, and horses, because it's usually quite quiet. There's not a lot of traffic usually. Now at the top end of it, back that way, is an area called Foss Meadows, which used to be a quarry, a little quarry, and 20-30 years ago it was returned to nature, and it's beautiful now. It's lovely, it's developed really nicely, but it's a very, very popular doggy walking spot, popular spot for young families to have picnics and stuff. It's nice, it's a very nice walk round there. But unfortunately, when it first started, and indeed is the case now, oh thank you, he waited for me, what a lovely man, it's a big dogging spot, and I took the spaniel once and he was the only dog there. I couldn't understand it. Yeah, so it is a big dogging spot, so whatever you do, you know, don't go up there and start fucking around looking for something in your glove box, because the next thing you know, you'll have a cock through the window. But this lay-by we're coming up to down here, which you'll recognise because we've been past it hundreds of times on the videos, is also a big dogging lay-by on the B4, whatever it is, B4114 Leicester to Coventry Road, just outside Sapcote. Is a big dogging paradise. Riff, riff, that's right. Come on, my wife, bring along the family. I've never understood dogging. If that's your kink, fair enough. You know, I will tip my hat to you, because I will not shame other people's kinks, because you know, Kylie Minogue in Bath custard is mine. But yes, this is a big dogging lay-by as well, and you can sort of see why. It's it's full of perverts. No, James, you said you weren't going to do that. No, I won't shame people's kinks, but yeah. So that is the end of the Foss. And the A46 that goes through Leicester and stuff basically follows reasonably faithfully the old Foss. Jim, you're sort of coming in and out of a subject matter you're returning to. And being a main road, it's usually heaving busy, depending, but it's a Sunday, we're going. Here we go. Come on, Phyllis. Let's have all those 9 horsepowers. So yes, so I'm just going to put a little collage of photos up of stuff I've done throughout the year. If I need to add text or penises or anything like that, I will. But basically next year I'm hoping to get content out a bit more regularly. As soon as I get some new SD cards sorted out and what have you. And hopefully, yes, we'll be going to some military shows, and you know, I'm just going to record just when we go out, because Rose likes her social media presence. She doesn't mind being filmed, unlike the other bit, the other half. And we've actually got our own page. If you haven't found it yet on Facebook, you do actually need to get invited, but you can always send yourself an invite. We've got Rosie and Jim's Adventures, which is basically 99% of the time it's us down the calf. But with the Insta360 and stuff like that now, I can mount it on the Aprilia and hopefully get us both on film. And this GoPro, I can actually put a wireless microphonic recording device on, which is how I do some of the stuff in the shed. And I've got 2 of those, so I can even rig her up with a microphone. So there we go, that was a little ride around on Phyllis, talking utter bollocks, as normal. Back to my little home village now. I mean, to be fair, I don't mind showing the name of the village, because most people that know me know where I live anyway. And if they do want to come and try and steal anything, they're going to have a 7.5-inch commando dagger rammed in them several times repeatedly, with a very angry bloke at the other end. So anyway, enjoy yourselves. This is my probably last video of 2024. Boo-hoo, sob, you know, applause. Several cases of thank Christ for that. So do enjoy your new year, people, and I will see you in the new year. GoPro, stop recording.
Dear. Yes, it stinks. Yes, train set, Bernard. Chuffy train set. Ooh, look. Bernard's trying to fix a train. So far, he's had a 0% success rate. Isn't that right, Bernard?
Yeah.
Weren't you the man that made the channel tunnel and it went out 2 meters out of spec?
Yeah.
Lovely.